Hi guys! Oh my god, where do I even start with this video? Okay, so I went to see Harry Styles last night in London on his first London date and a lot happened. So I'm doing one of these sit down in my kitchen and talk about something that happened video. I did take footage of the actual concert and I did like some vlogging footage of when I was camping and in the queue, so they're going to be two separate videos that will come after this one because I really just want to make this one and do this one first because I'm just so excited and it's all fresh in my mind. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen any pictures or videos of the show last night, but during What Makes You Beautiful, Harry was wearing some pink tinsel, this pink tinsel, and it is my pink tinsel, and not just because I didn't just get it after the show, like I bought this tinsel and I threw it. Like I wore this for the show and then Harry caught it and then Harry wore it and danced with it and then I got it back. So Harry wore tinsel that had been around my neck and now I'm wearing tinsel that has been around Harry's neck. So I feel like this is our tinsel, this is mine and Harry's. It's so dumb, I love it so much. And I got pink. I just wanted something fun to wear for the show, and I was in Primark when I was waiting and they had all the tinsel out and I was like, oh my god, I want tinsel. And this was on like the Thursday I decided I want to buy some tinsel. So then I finally bought it on the Saturday before the day before the show, and I got the pink colour because I like pink and I thought it'd be very appropriate for Harry. It ended up matching his suit so well and I just couldn't believe it. So I camped for 3 nights and 4 days for the show, and I got number 38 in line, and I ended up being second row over to the right. The barrier was a lot smaller than I expected, and everyone sort of just like, we were really in like a good order, but then obviously when the doors open everyone sort of runs in and there's always like someone ahead of you whose ticket doesn't scan, or they've got like a really big bag, and then you end up being like further behind than you were before. But I had a good view and I was in front of people I made friends with and I was next to someone I made friends with, so I was really happy with who I was with and where I was. And yeah, so, and if I was anywhere else, you know, then this wouldn't have happened. Like this happened because of where I was and where Harry was at the time and the fact that he caught it like right in his hands. I just couldn't believe it. I literally started crying so hard, insert clip here. I literally just couldn't stop crying. I was like, my eyes were watering as I was watching him, like, because he picked it up and he danced around with it and he like waved it around and shit, and then he put it around his neck and then finished the song, and like, he was wearing it for like ages. Like other stuff he sort of picked up and just waved around for a bit, but like it felt like he was wearing my tinsel for like so long, and I just couldn't believe it. And my eyes were watering, and it was like, as it like sunk in more and more, like I was thinking that's my and I just couldn't believe it, and I just started bawling my eyes out, like really hard, sobbing, like full on crying, and it was honestly amazing. Like I don't know the last time I cried that hard, and definitely the last time I cried from being so happy. It was amazing. Like it was like everyone was like, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I'm amazing. And then I was like crying and shaking for like 3 songs afterwards, like full on. Like my videos were such a mess because I was literally just like crying so much. Like it was crazy, and everyone around me thought I was fucking crazy. And then after the show, he threw it back into the audience, and then after the show I sort of just stood in the venue, and I was talking to my friend and she said, oh, don't you want to go get your tinsel back? And I was like, bitch, what? And I turned around and these girls were like wearing it and taking pictures of it, so I sort of ran up and I was like, I bought that tinsel, so I was wondering if I could have it back, please. And I was just like so scared that they would say no or something, and they were like, yeah, but like, can we take a picture with it first? And I was like, okay, fine. And they did that, and I had no problem with that. Like it was already around her neck, and I didn't want to like piss them off because then they could have just run away with it or something, and I was like, I didn't want that, obviously. And then they were like, can we take a bit of it? And I was like, no, because then it'll be shorter and not the thing that I bought and it will get ruined, because tinsel's like on a metal wire with like string inside of it and everything. It's not something you can just sort of break a bit off unless you have scissors. But they were still holding it, so I didn't want to say no, and I couldn't like rip it off them. I really wanted to, I wish I did, but I was scared that they would like break it and it would break in half instead of like just an end bit. So like she was pulling it and like it was coming off the wire instead of taking the wire with it. So then I had this weird bit of like tinsel, a bit of wire, and then like the bit she'd like fucked up, and then a bit that she'd taken off. So I tried to fix it, and I just sort of like pulled the wire back through, and the bit of tinsel that was left on the end I sort of like shimmied down, so now it looks like a whole piece of tinsel again. So it's a bit, it's like this much shorter than the original one, but it's a whole piece, and you know, at least the bit that that Harry actually had around his neck is still mine. The rest was just floating around, so like I don't give a fuck. But oh my god, I just feel so happy every time I look at it. It's so dumb, but it's nice when something actually makes you feel that happy. It sounds really dumb, but like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's very rare that I get that emotional about things, especially lately. I'm kind of just a bit like flat. So I get really worried that like I'm not gonna really feel something and enjoy it as much, and things don't really like sink in that they're happening. And then when he did that and I was watching that, it really hit me, and it was amazing. It was amazing to feel that strongly about what I was experiencing. It was really great, and I'm just really happy about it. It's so stupid. And I was crying after the concert as well when I got outside, and I was like hugging this tinsel around my neck, and a security guard came up to me and was like, "Is she okay?" And I was just like and I was full on like I looked like I was upset crying, because that's how hard I was crying. But anyway, that's like the main amazing part that happened at the concert, but so many other stuff happened as well. I think I'm just gonna wear this for the rest of the video, actually. So much cool stuff happened. This was actually like the best concert I could have ever been to. Like, it went so well that I still just can't believe it. So like, I camped from Thursday, as I said. Don't tell my university teachers that, because I called in sick, but I don't care. Like, I'm gonna remember this so much longer than I'm gonna remember a dumb lecture. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I really don't care. I should care, but like, I don't. So I camped that long. I made some really good friends. It was actually not that bad. Like, there was hundreds of us all on this same sort of pavement. It was noisy as fuck and pretty cold, but I had a sleeping bag, so I was okay. Yeah, so there'll be footage of that coming up. I made the news. Several people came up and were taking photos of us, which was weird, and asking us what we were doing and all this stuff. There was kind of like not so nice people, but most people were pretty cool. A weird thing was that 2 Asian tourists came up to us, like the group that I was sat in. And they wanted to take pictures with us because they thought we were some kind of, I don't know, they just thought it was cool that we were sat there doing it. And I don't know, it was really weird. They were like treating us as if we were like celebrities or something, and they wanted some pictures with us. And this lady laid down like in the middle of, like, there's 4 of us like in a square, and she laid in the middle of it, and her head was like on my lap. And then the guy was like taking pictures. It was so strange. So yeah, we were famous for a bit. And then a news reporter came up to us for the Daily Mail online, and he was asking us about what we were doing, blah, 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 blah. And then he took some pictures of us. So there is several news articles in which those pictures are in. And it's quite embarrassing because there's like one of our wristbands, like just our wrists. And mine is number 38. That's the number I was in the line for Sunday's show. But then there's also a couple pictures where you can actually see my face, just me looking pretty fucking gross because I hadn't showered or changed my clothes, laying on the ground in a tent and in a sleeping bag. So that's pretty embarrassing, but pretty cool at the same time, so I'm not too mad about it. So that was pretty cool. And then something else that happened in the show that was amazing was I decided I wanted to buy a bunch of roses for Harry and give them out to people in the front row so that all at once we could throw them at the same time, and they would sort of like shower him in them and like cover the stage. So me and my friend Maisie and Eliza, we got 3 different bouquets of roses from Tesco, and I sat there in the queue stemming and dethorning them all, and then I gave them out to the people I had spoken to in the front row and like in the beginning of the queue and stuff. And I said, okay, at the end of Carolina, because that was like the third song that was played, I wanted it to be fairly soon because they were kind of annoying holding them. At the end of that song, like after the last "oh yeah, we're all gonna throw the roses," and we were stood there waiting for it, and I didn't know like where the other people were because I couldn't see them, so I was like praying that they hadn't forgotten and they were gonna do it too. And we did it, and we threw them all, and so many of them landed on the stage and just like surrounded where he was standing. It looked so good.
So what are you ladies doing?
We're prepping a bunch of roses for everyone to throw at Harry.
When are we gonna throw them?
Pardon?
When are we gonna throw them?
At the end of Carolina, hopefully. If everyone... Panda.
Very nice work, ladies.
I'm not Panda!
I'm so happy that actually worked. So that was like the first thing that went well, and the whole tinsel thing happened. Like the two things that I had like come up with an idea for the show, and they actually, you know, it actually happened. It actually worked. I was so fucking happy. So yeah, it was just amazing. I think that's like the things that happened the most that were the coolest things. The security, I just have to say, the security at the venue at the event in Apollo was so good. Like I love them. I love them so much. I wish I could thank them all personally, but we were sort of like stuck in our gates and they were doing their job. But like I yelled thank you every so often. They were just so fucking good. Like the girls that were there at the concert first camping did this number system with wristbands, so that when you turned up to camp you'd get a wristband, and then that would hopefully be the order we'd go in. Which is crazy because I turned up at Thursday, the concert was until Sunday, and there was already 37 other people there for that show. Like, that's insane. And by the next day, there was like 100, so... But we were really worried that, like, we've done all this sort of, like, planning and organising everyone, and then it would not work in the actual queue. But they had spoken to the security, we'd spoken to them all, and we organised ourselves into, like, our order to sleep in the night before, and then we got into a queue the morning of the show, and then the security came out and was like, okay guys, we're gonna let you in your order, we're gonna check your wristbands, and that's the order you're gonna be sat in, queuing in the official like queue outside the venue. It was so good. I'm so glad they did it like that, and they actually like went with our number system and it all worked, and it was just amazing. So I'm really happy. It was such a good show, and I don't regret sleeping on the road for 3 nights whatsoever. Not the road, but like next to the road. It was very fucking noisy. Like there was ambulances and traffic and people just constantly. Like I'm surprised I got any sleep at all, but it was okay. It was not as bad as I was expecting. Yeah, it was good. I don't regret any of it. It was amazing. Last night was amazing. It was amazing. It was so good. I'm just so happy. And I also got a tour shirt, which I want to show you guys. I got, because he has so much merch that I want. Like I really want the pink sweatshirt and stuff like that, but it's quite expensive, so I didn't want to buy it there. I think I'm just going to buy some online, maybe like next month or after Christmas or something. But I really wanted to get the specific tour shirt for the day of the show because they're all individual ones. So I got that at the show. So obviously it's Sunday the 29th, Hammersmith Apollo, London, and then it's the picture of Harry, and then it has the Europe tour dates on the back. This is a size small, by the way, so if that's any help to you, I don't know. I'm about a 12 in UK sizes. I'd say more of a 10, and this is like, it's not baggy on me, it's like it just fits with a little bit of bag. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not tight, but it's not baggy. So yeah, I don't know if that's helpful to like anybody, but this was £30, and yeah, I like having souvenirs, and I have so many souvenirs. Like I have the ticket, and I have tinsel that's been around Harry's neck, which I'm never gonna get over, like ever in my fucking life. Never. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just want to give a bit of a shout out to the friends I made at the show because they were so lovely. So there was like Janelle from America, there was Fedra, there was Robin. Robin was so funny. I was stood next to Robin for the show. I love her. Maisie and Eliza, who I met there, and we like sort of camped together. They're actually from Plymouth, so that was pretty cool because I wasn't expecting to be with people that were actually from my home city. They were really awesome, and Eliza is the one who actually threw the tinsel the second time, because when I tried to throw it, I was behind her and I fucking missed. Like, it just bounced off the edge of the stage, but then security gave it back and I said, okay, you keep it, you try again. So she was holding it, and then when Harry came over during What Makes You Beautiful, she threw it and he caught it, and then shit, I started crying, and we all know how that happened. So yeah, so thank you so much to her, because that wouldn't have happened if she hadn't thrown it for me. And all the people who I gave roses to that helped me with that and covered the stage in them, they were amazing. And Danny and Vicky and Steph, who I camped with for the first couple of nights, they were really lovely. And yeah, it was just so fun. I think I'm really bad with remembering names, but there was like so many people that I talked to and spoke to who I now follow on Twitter and like stuff like this. And there was Jessica, who helped me with the roses thing as well, but I didn't manage to get any of her social media because I forgot, so that's shit. But hi, if you're watching this. Everyone was just so lovely. It was so nice. And when you spend like so many days with people, like all day, all night, and then at a concert with them, like I really felt like these were people that I've known for years. Like I felt like I had gone to this concert with them and they were already my friends, and I already missed them. It's so sad that like we're all from different places, and it was kind of like when I said goodbye, it felt like I was supposed to be seeing them again soon, like they were people in my life, and then it's like, ah shit, wait, you probably won't. But it's crazy. I think we're going to the same show in April of Harry's tour, so I'm hoping I'll see people again there. But it was just so good. I'm so happy. It was so fucking good. Yeah. And also everyone who was camping, we all had like some tents and duvets from Primark and stuff like that. And that's the tent that I went halves with a girl called Danny, and we spent halves on a tent and we slept in that and kept our stuff in it. And then we met this homeless guy who came up to us, and he was really nice actually. Like he wasn't like, you know when like if someone comes up to you and you're kind of like, oh, are they drunk, are they gonna be like crazy or whatever. But this guy was really lovely, and he asked what we're gonna do with the duvets, and I said, dude, if you come back, you know, Sunday, Monday night, whatever, you can have the tent. Like we don't need it, you can keep this tent. And he was like, oh my god, thank you so much, and he wrote it down in this like little book he had. So I think he's getting that today, because Danny slept in the tent last night because she's going to the show today, and obviously I don't need it anymore. So I hope he got that tent, because he was really nice, he was really lovely. I really hope he got that. And all the duvets, like the security said, if you pile them up, we can donate them to a homeless shelter, because we wanted to give them to homeless people, but like it's hard to actually go out and find them unless they approach us. So that was really nice that was organized and everything. So it was just actually a really cool thing. There was hundreds of people there. It was such like a nice environment to like be in. Like it was just great. It was so good, and I just love Harry so much. Like the actual concert was so amazing. Like it's so good. It's so good. I feel like everything else to say is just so obvious. Like, of course he looked amazing, of course he sounded amazing, of course the band was amazing, like all the songs were amazing, his covers were amazing, Just a Little Bit of Your Heart was amazing. Like everything was just good. Like I just wanted to talk about the sort of extra special bits that happened that really made it just... And now my fridge is making noises. That really just made it incredible. So I think I'm going to stop there before this video gets way too fucking long. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm happy to be back. I took a bit of a break accidentally. Time just flew by and I hadn't made any videos. But I'll have footage up. Not as much as the garage show. I just recorded bits of songs that I like the most. Some of that, and then obviously a bit of a vlog of camping, because that was a really cool experience and I wanted to share it with you guys, because I know a lot of people would love to camp or are interested in how that all happens, so I thought it would be a cool thing to vlog. And yeah, so that'll be up maybe in the next few days, but I just really wanted to get this one out today. And yeah, I think people told me I should frame this tinsel, and I kind of want to. I want to keep it really safe because I feel like it's so fragile. I don't want to break it. I don't want anything to bad to happen to it. It's so precious to me. But I kind of want to like hang it in my YouTube background in like the shape of a heart or something, so it's just always there. I think that'd be really cool. So I'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm so happy. So good. I'm so happy. I mean, that's really it, really. I love Harry Styles. I love this tinsel that me and Harry have both worn. I'm just okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching, guys. Also check out my makeup tutorial that I posted a few days ago. I worked really hard on like a Halloween makeup effect video, and it just sort of flopped. It was like my first one back after being gone for a while, and the views are shit. So if you like Halloween makeup, please check that out. I'd really appreciate it. So okay, bye. I don't want to say goodbye. I just want to sit here playing with our tinsel. I say our tinsel, like mine and Harry's tinsel, you know.